Okay, so it's 7 o'clock at night. I piped all the borders around those boards. I've done some running around. I did take a break to feed. I have to eat at some point, you know. I've sorted through all the material and equipment, but still, you know, these are one of the things you don't see when you're actually prepping for a class. And remember, I'm in a hotel room here, so as you can see, I've sorted out everything so I know what I need. And then if you take a look along here, this will tell you what prepping boards for 25 people looks like. As you can see, I've got them all drying nicely away. I've got all the pastelage pieces done. And over here's the rest of them. Biggest thing now is going to try and get them all back over to the hotel tomorrow morning. Hopefully it won't be too much of a problem. So that's probably going to be it for tonight. I'll probably chat with you in the morning. So I've got a breakfast to go to in the morning where it's part of the convention. I think it finishes at 12. My class starts at 2, so Ceri's going to be in a mad flap tomorrow. But then, you know, that's kind of natural for me. Okay, I'll see you later. Well, it's 5 to 7 in the morning. As you can see, I'm on the walkway over the high street here. Not the easiest things to negotiate with all these doors, but I did manage to get the class prepped, and that's what it looks like. So it's all ready to go. I'm feeling a little bit tired, I must admit, but then I'll be glad when today's over, because I go, right, all my work's finished. So I'm going to get on over there and I'll show you. It's 7:30 now. I've negotiated all the skyways. I've got the trolley into a safe area downstairs because I haven't got access to the class yet. That's a pity. I've now come up to the conference breakfast, which I'll do a quick spin of the camera around. Not too quick, I don't want you to get sick. This will give you an idea of what breakfast conference is like. I don't know where the rest of the Brits are, so I'm sitting in a fairly obvious place. Hopefully I'll flag one down when they arrive. Breakfast usually takes about an hour, then it's followed by meetings, then it's followed by agenda points and votes. So it's supposed to start at 8 o'clock, it's supposed to finish at 12, depends on how much they ramble on or not. But at 12 I need to make a quick dash to go down and prep for the class. So I'll show you around the classroom when I get there. Hopefully I can get in this time. Here we are, we've actually got to the class, and I should have shown you earlier on, but we're a bit busy here. So we're part of the way through class, we're working on lattice work at the moment. As you can see, deadly silence in the class. We're all concentrating like crazy. So there you go. I need to get back to work because that's what I'm doing morning long. It's 7 o'clock in the morning here. I believe it's Saturday. I'm at the Hilton again, obviously. I've just had breakfast. Well, breakfast, cup of coffee, liquid breakfast. Class yesterday went incredibly well. Judging by the feedback forms, they really enjoyed it. So let's tick that box for it was a good one. I've just got myself sorted out. I'm about to go to the convention centre now to Showdown again. It's really nice because now for Saturday, Sunday, basically it's just me being a human being. So I'm going to wander around, take a look at some things, show you around as well, hopefully, and get some pictures of all the cakes in the cake showroom, because my full intention is to take as many pictures as I can, then put them onto my Pinterest account like I normally do, so you can all see what I saw at the show. Okay, mind you, I must tell you, if you do look at the cakes here, this isn't a competition, it's an exhibition of people's work all the way through different standards. So don't expect it to be competition pieces, it's exhibition pieces. Okay, so people are sharing their talents and their skills. So I'm going to leave you with this wonderful looking waterfall behind me, and I'll speak to you later. Now we're in the cake display room. Now, as you can see, there's a huge monolith of a cake behind me, and as I said before, I'll take all the pictures I can of any cakes I can see, and what I'll do is I'll actually put them onto my Pinterest account for you. But what I'd like to just share with you is I'll just do a quick pan down one of the tables, which is actually going to be of the wedding cakes on display here, and believe me, they range from good, bad to huge to small. As you can see, styles around the world change. There's some here that I wouldn't want to attempt, and there's some beautiful work here, intricate work, big bold colours. And this is just a touch of the sort of style of work you'll see at an exhibition like this. And we're going to end up going down to one of my favourite cakes here, which is only because I think it's the most challenging if I was to try and reproduce it, and it's modelling. And we all know that I'm not the best modeller in the world, but I'll have a good old go at it. And aren't these just so cute? There's one. Okay, so as I said, we'll take a look around a little bit later on. I'll get more pictures for you as we go, and I will see you probably in the trailer here, because I'm actually in the cake challenge and I'm not sure that I'm supposed to be videoing. So if I suddenly turn it off, you understand why. Now I believe this is just the start of it, so they haven't long started. There's 4 teams of people. They work for the entire day. They might work part of tomorrow as well. And then when that's all over and done with, the challenge is done. So I'll try popping in occasionally, but if it's just footage, not me speaking, you'll understand.
Oh, what you're doing?
Okay guys, we're about to do the last place, which is the vendor hall, and these people are laughing at me. There you go, see, we're all crazy here in the States. So I'm going to go in and take you with me.
Have fun!
Thank you. Now I'm obviously not going to take you around the whole place, but as you can see, there's quite a busy little hive of activity here, with lots of things going on and lots of slightly famous people around. So I'm going to log off now, and I'll let you imagine it in a little while. Now, each year at the ICES convention, there's actually a big ball that happens on the Saturday night, a big function, formal dinner, all of that lot. So I've just arrived for that. I can't say big functions are my most favourite thing to do, but you know, it's all part and parcel of the convention, and it's a great networking opportunity. It's a great opportunity to meet people. It's also nice because I get to meet some of the other Brits that are here, and I get to chat with them. So we sit down, have a good meal, a good chat. Some of them break into dance. Not sure that's going to be me, but towards the end of the evening, who knows what's going on. So here I am back at the hotel again. It's about 11:15 at night. I've left them to it, to be honest. All of the speeches are done, the elections are done, the whole banquet thing is done. They're now breaking into that dancing, music, and the slow decline towards dawn that is always one of those functions you go to. And I thought, you know, I think I'm getting old because I really fancy a nice cup of tea and read my book. So that's what I'm about to do, and I'll take you around again tomorrow and see where we're going. I'm going to maybe do a little bit popping in and out of some of the demonstrations, not sure. Don't know whether I'm allowed to take you with me, but never mind, I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, so the ICES convention's over, all bar one little thing, and I've just come into the Hyatt Hotel now, and there's an event called Evening of Sharing. And what happens is anyone who wants to sit down can sit down and share their skills and actually share their talents with people. So the hallway's going to be full of people. I don't think I'm allowed to video them doing them, but as you can see, it's a really nice thing for people to do. Okay, I'll check in with you again in the morning. Not a lot happened today except me just networking. So, as I said, tomorrow will just be me packing and getting back to the airport. And guess what? Another long journey. Well, it's Monday the 12th of August. The ICES convention is finished. The night of sharing went reasonably well. It's just all over. All of a sudden it's gone. It seems I've been away from home a very long time, but in essence I've only been away for about 4 days. I've been running around this morning just trying to pack, as we always do, and everyone's always worried about that luggage allowance. A friend of mine over in another hotel, I've been running back and forth because I think she overshopped a little bit and may be paying the consequences, so she's so borderline on her luggage allowance. But then, you know, that's life and it happens to all of us. Hopefully she doesn't have to get rid of anything too valuable or too precious for her. So what have I got to do today? Let's see, what time is it? It's about 11:30. I've got to check out at 12, then obviously go to the airport, which is probably when you'll next see me, to be honest with you. Probably after I've checked in, because I'll be bored at the airport waiting for God knows how many hours before my flight leaves. So let's just take one more look out of my window and say goodbye to Lexington. There you go, not the greatest view in the world, but you know what? This is Lexington. So it's been a lovely city, very friendly, very happy to be here. I could really have done without some of the heat going on here, but then I'm not the greatest person for heat, as anyone should know. So I'll check in with you later. Well, and here I am again. I just arrived at the Lexington airport. I still can't say Lexington properly without stammering, which I won't get run over on the road. Heading in to check-in now. I've already had my bags checked through, so I'm fine. A friend of mine's meeting me here. She should be here probably within about an hour, so I've got about an hour to kill. But then I've got several hours before I can actually get on my flight anyway, but you know what it's like. It's one of those old things again. Hurry up and wait, hurry up and wait, hurry up and wait. So here we are, we're in the airport, and as you can see it's actually really, really nice and quiet here. I suppose that's what's nice when you come to a smaller airport. I'll just spin you around. You can see a nice boring old airport, one of many. Remember that glamorous life I lead? So here you go guys, and then I'll say goodbye to you and speak to you later. I'm at Lexington Airport. My flight has been cancelled, but they've moved me on to another flight. That flight's actually now delayed by over an hour. I've spoken to the people at the desk, they can't guarantee that I'm going to be able to make. 5:30 p.m. Who gives a damn about 5:30 p.m? My flight was supposed to have gone by now. Anyway, back to you and me. So they've changed me to another flight that's now delayed by over an hour. The airline says they're not sure I'm going to make the next flight. Maybe I need to run through the airport to get it. They can't guarantee my luggage is going to get there either, so I just have to be stress-free. If I make my next flight, if I don't, then that's the airline's fault. They can sort it out for me. If I get to Heathrow and my luggage doesn't get there, guess what? The airline are going to have to get it to my home address. Saves my back, I won't have to lift it. So these are some of the joys of having a jet-setting life. Such a life already. Okay, I'll keep you updated if I get a chance, because I'm so looking forward to that sprint through the airport. The saga continues. I'm at last standing in Atlanta Airport. That's a good thing. Where my luggage is, God only knows. We eventually left Lexington, Kentucky. Note, I said it correctly this time. Took the flight here, which was delayed anyway. Then we got put into a holding pattern because of thunderstorms over Atlanta. Eventually given permission to land. Landed, and then you know that we taxied up to the gate, you know that sort of gateway bridge thing that they attach to the plane. They were attaching it to the plane and it got hit by lightning. Guess who was on board? That would be me. So we were sat there for about 15 minutes while engineers worked on it to see whether they could actually get the gangway thing to work, and it wouldn't. It must have fused all of its electrics. So in the end they decided to wait for another gate to clear of its plane so that then they could actually move our plane to that one. So we got off, sat on the gangway for about 45 minutes, I'd say. Oh, sorry, on the plane before we got off the plane. Then of course we had to wait for our hand luggage to be taken out from under the belly of the plane, because the plane was one of those really tiny jets. You couldn't take anything more than a packet of sandwiches onto it. But I'm here, and my next flight is in about a half an hour before it starts boarding, so I've sort of done a bit of time travel. I've caught up with where I should be, and if my plane arrives on time, bearing in mind it's flying through these thunderstorms, if it arrives on time, then I should be on time to get back to Heathrow. We'll hold our breath for just a little while longer. But I just wanted to show you here in the middle of Atlanta Airport, and I've flown through here 100 times, they probably have the biggest bit of jewellery I've ever seen in my life. So take a look at this. I have no idea what that's supposed to be, and I have no idea why it's hanging there. It looks a bit like a giant tea strainer, to be honest, but it's made up of hundreds and hundreds of drop crystals, as in a chandelier. So if you never get to Atlanta, you'll never see it for real, but if you do, come and have a look. It's in Terminal F. Okay, right, I'm going to leave you there with a little bit of a walk towards it, and then what I'm going to do is after that I'll probably next speak to you when I'm at London Heathrow. You never know, or maybe if something exciting happens before that, I'll speak to you then. Okay, bye-bye for now. I'm here at last. London Heathrow, just got into arrivals. There you go, we're at arrivals. My flight, believe it or not, after all of the delays and the moves and the thunderstorms and the turbulence and God knows where my luggage has been while I've been on that plane, and it's been on another one, I think. I'm only 5 minutes late. I don't think that's bad going. I'm absolutely exhausted, and I don't sleep on planes. I don't fit into the seating allowance, and I always get very depressed when you come through first class. You see those beautiful little pods they've got, pillows, duvets, all the stuff I haven't got. One day I will fly first class. Before I die, I'll add that to my bucket list. I'm hanging around now because my friend Jackie Kelly is coming through. Her flight's just landed, and I've got some gum paste and stuff in my luggage, which is hers, because as I said earlier on, her luggage allowance was over, so I took it in my luggage, which is fine. And then I think I've got probably about a 2.5 hour wait before my coach to Cardiff, which then gives me a 4-hour coach journey, and I'm so looking forward to a cup of tea in my own kitchen and a good sleep and prepared tonight. I've got some computer work when I get home, so if you're one of those craftsy people waiting for me, I'll get to the platform. If you're waiting for an email, I'll answer you. It may be a bit of gibberish, but I'll answer you, I promise you. I've just turned my iPhone on and it's downloaded about 60 emails, so guess what I'll be doing in the next 2 hours? Okay, I'll probably talk to you between now and the coach. Okay, bye now. Well, something good and something bad has happened, really. Jackie's plane came into Terminal 3, mine came into Terminal 4. Sorry, can't speak again, too tired. Because she had to change planes because of bad weather conditions as well. So I wasn't able to meet up with her to get her stuff back to her, but I'll sort that out next week. Turns out her luggage has gone missing, less a half for that one. Hopefully that shows up, because it can be soul destroying when you've done all that travelling. And I know her luggage is packed to the gills with stuff that she needs for classes and workshops. So hopefully that shows up and it's just probably on a later plane. Good news for me, as you can see, we're travelling. I walked out of Terminal 4 and there was the coach. Now, when I booked my coach tickets to come back to Cardiff, they said I'd never have made this coach. So of course, there it was standing there, made a quick dash, said, could I get on board? And they said, no, I have to change my ticket. But bless National Express, they held the coach for 5 minutes while I dashed off, changed my ticket, paid the extra for it, and I'm going to be home 2.5 hours earlier than I thought. So, hallelujah, something has gone right, and they happen to have gone right in Britain. As you can see we're just trundling along. I don't know what motorway we're on. I think this might be the M4 or we might be on the M25. It does make me smile. The coach is full of people just sleeping, which is exactly what I think I'm going to do now. So the next time you see me, hopefully there'll be a nice hot cup of tea in hand, maybe a chocolate biscuit. Who knows, I might let myself slip and treat myself. So I hope you've liked the journey. Give you a bit of an insight. I think if this works out, there's a very good chance I'll try and do one of these for every one of the shows I go to work in conjunction with the Pinterest things I do as well. So I'm going to let you go at the moment because I really do need to get some shut-eye. I must look like absolute crud. Okay, take care. So here we are, right back where we started, and yes, I've got my cup of tea. The coach journey was okay, but apparently the coach after us, so I've just heard since I've got home, there's a major pile up somewhere, so maybe it was fake that I caught the earlier coach and not the later one. Maybe someone's smiling on me from up there. Obviously I've got the ordeal of laundry, unpacking, sorting stuff out today. I've got to go on email, I've got to check the Craftsy site, I've got to check my own website. And I think I promised you guys a new video this week too, which I know is already done. I've just got to press a button on it, someone need to remember how to do that. The rest of the week for me, I think I've got 3 days to do 5 different cake designs and write new classes for schools in Europe, and then we start travelling again. So, as I said before, if you think this is a jet-setting glorious life, it's not. But you know what? I wouldn't do it if I didn't love cake. So, you take care, and maybe I'll see you on a plane somewhere or bump into you at an airport. Okay, bye-bye now.